Next, we're looking at the front cover of the Mirror, Diane.
Yes, well, two things drew my eye. Number one, Beyonce versus Madonna, the battle of the divas. I'm sorry, but Madonna has been around for so long. Can you really step up to the plate? But it's Beyonce, who knows? But the other thing that we're going to look at is Harry spun a tail over tailspin. So you're not going to believe this, but it appears that some recollections may vary. Where have we heard that before? In Harry's book, Spare Change, Harry is saying he details being trained to be an Apache helicopter pilot. And he says, I felt the left wing dip, a sickening feeling of disorder. And then he says, was this an aborted suicide attempt? I mean, mate, that is not what you want to think when you're being trained how to fly an Apache helicopter, that your instructor is so bored by your presence, he's decided to end it all. I mean, that's how I felt when I was watching the blooming Netflix thing. I thought halfway through, I'm just going to top myself. I can't watch the rest of this. So, but the helicopter pilot, joking aside, the helicopter pilot has said, that's not what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So Harry is the helicopter pilot actually said that we'd go through all the manoeuvres, all the little stunts and things we'll be doing beforehand.
You think you would?
And Harry just talked it up for the book to make himself look a bit braver.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like. He's admitted to doing drugs. When you do a bit of cocaine, the stories come flying out, don't they? So you know, we've all been in the kitchen and told helicopter stories. Well,
but I mean, this could just be his own personal truth. Because they don't seem, Harry and Meghan, they don't seem focused on telling the actual truth. They just want to tell their own personal truth.
It's just the best PR ever to sell a book, hasn't it? It's been going on for months. It's brilliant. I think.
It's on the cover of every single newspaper. It seems to be working. At first day sales of 400,000.
Wow.
If you're Nadine Zahawi, you can maybe calculate the tax on that. But I mean, that was across. It was across like Kindle and across ebooks and things like that, which don't really count. It's like downloads on Spotify.
When you say their own personal account, do you mean like a very over-emotional telling of factual events? Because everything seems to be, like, infused with this, like, saccharine kind of... It's so over the top. It's so... I felt every moment when I was in the Apache. It's like, well, good, mate. The other people were training as well, and they were going, oh, what's that button do? Like, everything seems to be so emotionally charged for Harry in this book.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
could be his ghostwriter jazzing it up. Do you know what I mean? I doubt he actually sat there and done it. They probably said, "Look, that was great about the helicopter thing, but let's."
I get a feeling from the excerpts I've read from this book, which have all been. I haven't paid for anything. It's all been in newspapers. I think you can read the whole thing in various newspapers if you cobble together the stories. But it seems like the ghostwriter is on commission. He's getting a cut of each book sold.
He must be.
He is really. Over-egging it to I mean, everything. The bit about him rubbing Elizabeth Arden cream on his penis.
And it reminded him of his mum. I mean...
And he did the audio for his for the audio book as well. I mean, that is...
Well, I'm glad it reminded him of his mum and not anyone else in his family. I'll leave that there. You can fill the gaps.
As you can do with that cream as well. Anyway,